Straight ahead on Channel 3 News at 6, an avalanche left one snowmobiler in the hospital, plus a car donated to Wallace Junior Senior High School, we'll tell you who, and a sweet surprise that left many girls touched this past Valentine's Day. Channel 3 News starts now.
Broadcasting in the Channel 3 newsroom in downtown Wallace, this is Channel 3 News at 6, where local news comes first.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Webb. Our top story tonight, crews have rescued an Idaho snowmobiler who was buried in the avalanche in the western Idaho town of McCall. Two Bear Air said the man had parked at the top of the ridge with the rest of the snowmobilers when the overhanging edge of snow collapsed and swept the man down the slope. He was buried but managed to dig the snow out around him. Two others had then drove down to help him while others called for help. The Valley County Sheriff's Department sent a life flight helicopter but was unable to land on the mountain's terrain, so they called Two Bear Air Rescue for assistance. The man was hoisted up and flown to McCall Airport, where he was then transferred to the life flight helicopter. In Churchtown County News tonight, last week Calder, Idaho went to a flash flood warning for residents along the St. Joe River. That mound of water you see on your screen there was caused by an ice jam between Calder and St. Mary's last Friday. So far, no major injuries or damage has been reported. Well, in Idaho News tonight, environmental groups are asking a judge to stop the federal wildlife service agencies from killing wolves in Idaho. The groups have filed a motion for summary judgment in their case, which argues that the Wildlife Services has failed to follow the National Environmental Policy Act when killing dozens of wolves in Idaho's Little Zone over the last 6 years. Federal law requires the government to study and publish the environmental consequences of its proposed actions and to consider alternatives. However, the lawsuit claims that the agency is basing wolf control actions on an outdated environmental assessment from 2011. The lawsuit asks a federal judge to require the Wildlife Service to set aside the 2011 assessment and require agencies to expand its study or update it. In state news tonight, lottery winners in Idaho would be allowed to hide their identities under legislation headed to the House floor. Wednesday, the House State Affairs Committee approved legislation would keep the names of individuals who win $600 or more secret. While the bill would allow winners to give written authorization to the lottery or publicize their names, the proposal also prevents those names from being released under public records requests for 6 months after the prize is claimed. Well, Jeremiah Evans is over in the Weather Center with your 7-day forecast. Jeremiah?
Thanks, John. Taking a look at Doppler radar, we can tell it to be a cloud cover and a little storm approaching from the northwest. Now, taking a look at the U.S. temperature map, in the northwest, expect to feel around the 40s, but in the south, it's around 65 degrees. In the northeast, it's about the high of the 20s. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, on Saturday, snow mainly after 10 a.m., high near 38, and southeast winds 3 to 6 miles per hour. Chance of snow is 80%. Saturday night, snow mainly before 4 a.m. and a low around 29. Chance of snow is around 90%. Taking a look at Sunday, snow likely mainly after 10 a.m. Cloudy with a high near 40. Chance of rain and snow 60%. Sunday night, snow likely cloudy with a low around 30 degrees. Chance of snow around 70%. Then throughout the rest of the week, expect to see highs in the upper 30s and near the 40s. Reporting in the Weather Center, I'm Jeremiah Evans.
And thanks for that, Jeremiah. Well, our flying breaking news right now, Destiny Engel is over in the News Center with more. Destiny?
Thanks, John. Post Falls police are asking for the public's help to find a 17-year-old girl. The department said Samantha Arnold, 17, likely ran away with an adult male in a red Ford Focus. She was last seen on February 13th in Post Falls. She is white, has brown hair, and hazel eyes, is 5 feet 6 inches, and weighs about 140 pounds. Anyone with information is asked to contact Officer Chapman at bchapman@postfallspolice.com or 208-773-7517. Reporting in the News Center, Destiny Engel, Channel 3 News.
And thanks for that, Destiny. In Idaho News tonight, a Moscow man is becoming an internet sensation after recreating one of Beyonce's pregnancy photos. Christian O'Brien said he decided to take the photo when he realized he had the same red Porsche as Beyonce used. Well, here it is. He said in a statement to KXLY, quote, "Originally, I thought it'd just be funny around our circle of friends on Facebook, and it probably wouldn't go anywhere. But once it started taking off, we started laughing and couldn't believe all the popularity it was getting." He also said that he hopes it could get into the hands of Queen Bee herself. Well, finally tonight, a generous local person did something above and beyond for Wallace High. Dallas Stehart is at the high school with more. Dallas?
Thanks, John. Last Tuesday was Valentine's Day, and the Wallace Junior Senior High School girls got a sweet surprise. Donald Almquist, the principal at Wallace High, called all the girls down to the gym during 10-minute break. When they arrived, they didn't know what to expect.
I thought it was a very generous and touching gesture, and it's something that would only happen in Wallace, Idaho. If you went to any other school, you wouldn't be able to experience something like that.
Well, an anonymous person bought a rose for each girl in the school. Mr. Almquist handed them out with a hug to go with it.
Well, I think that you students are the ones that can answer that, because really, it has to do with how you care about each other, and I think that comes from your parents and from our community, because it was a community person who donated those flowers, and they just wanted to make sure that every girl in our school got a flower and a hug for Valentine's. And I think that's a wonderful gesture by them, and boy, I agree with it 100%. I was a little concerned because I think the boys also need to have that same feeling, and I discussed that with that person, but I don't know if the boys would necessarily have appreciated flowers near as much as the girls. So that's why we just decided to go ahead and go with the girls.
Many students believe Mr. Almquist purchased them, but he left no response. Reporting at Wallace High, Dallas Dehart, Channel 3 News.
Dallas, thanks for that. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Channel 3 News. I'm John Webb, and for all of us here at Channel 3, good night.